What's going on, Alabama football fans? The Crimson Tide will take on Michigan tomorrow on New Year's Eve in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Kalen DeBoer and Sharon Moore sat down with the media today during their planned press conference, so we're going to talk about a couple notable things that Kalen DeBoer talked about during their press conference today. Make sure you guys turn those notifications on as well. We're going to have our final watch party of the season coming up tomorrow for the ReliaQuest Bowl against Michigan. So go back to where you first subscribed, hit that little bell icon, change it from personalized to all so you guys don't miss any Alabama football content that we put out there for you, whether that's regular videos like this one or watch parties, live shows that we're going to do. You guys want to join during our watch parties. We have a lot of fun during those, so do not miss out. Make sure you guys join the Noti gang right here and turn those notifications on. First up, we're going to talk about Kadyn Proctor. Now, it was originally reported that Kadyn Proctor was going to be having surgery on that shoulder that he injured back during, the first game of the season. Really, it was before the game. It was during those warm-ups that he injured that shoulder. And you guys remember Elijah Pritchett had to start the first two games of the season at that left tackle spot. And then the past few days during bowl preparations, Elijah Pritchett was at that left tackle spot practicing, so we assumed Elijah Pritchett was going to be the guy at that left tackle spot and then Wilkin Formby at the right tackle spot. But Kalen DeBoer told the media today that Kadyn Proctor is expected to play in the ReliaQuest Bowl, and that actually does make me pretty excited, honestly, as long as he's not risking injury or anything like that, because the improvement from Kadyn Proctor this year has been second to none. I think he's probably, maybe I'm missing somebody, but probably one of the most improved players on the entire team this year. You look back to that 2023 season, he was a little bit heavier, and I think losing just a little bit of weight during the offseason really helped him in terms of his, athletic ability and everything like that. You see that sack number, it dropped 10 sacks on the season. Gave up 12 last year, only 2 this year. The PFF grades skyrocketed as well. So I'm very excited to have Kadyn Proctor over there at that left tackle spot because, as you guys probably know, I am not the biggest fan of Elijah Pritchett. I'm glad somebody was able to, kind of hold down that right tackle position this year because it was kind of in flux at the beginning of the year, right? But let's be honest. Kadyn Proctor at times was not very good in pass pro or in run blocking either. So, I still do think that there's going to be a competition next year between Elijah Pritchett and Wilkin Formby at that right tackle spot. I don't think either guy has won or lost the position. Obviously, Elijah Pritchett played way more at that spot this year than Wilkin Formby did, but for the bowl game anyways, I'm pretty excited that Kadyn Proctor is going to be out there playing another game with the Crimson Tide. So let me know here at the pinned comment of today's video, are you guys glad that Kadyn Proctor is going to be playing in this game? There could also be some concerns out there, totally valid concerns that, it's a bowl game. He just had surgery on that shoulder. Might be too much to push it there. But look, if, he's cleared for this game, they say he's going to be good. I guess I'm fine with it as well. So let me know in the comment section, type Y for yes or N for no, especially if that ad comes here on YouTube. Next up, we're going to talk about Justin Jefferson and the possibility of him having an extra year of eligibility because of that Diego Pavia versus the NCAA case that we have discussed, numerous times here on the show. Kalen DeBoer today hinted at the possibility of Justin Jefferson returning for 2025, and honestly, it seems pretty probable at this point that Justin Jefferson will be back in next year's linebacker room. And look, I thought Justin Jefferson played pretty well for you this year as basically the number 3 linebacker on this team behind Deontay Lawson, behind Jahad Campbell. When Deontay Lawson went out, he really did step up, I think, at that, green dot position. He ended up getting the green dot, calling the plays in, getting everybody situated, being the guy that communicates on the field to a lot of guys. So, hopefully he comes back next year. We'll see. We'll continue to talk about that here on the back half of the show as well. But I think what you got out of Justin Jefferson this year was really only the tip of the iceberg of what you could possibly get from him next year as well. We'll continue to talk about Justin Jefferson here in just a second, but Today's show is presented by Game Time, and I highly recommend if you guys want to go to the Alabama versus Michigan game coming up tomorrow, I definitely recommend using Game Time. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season, which means when you bring people together at live events, the experience is just that much better, and it's the perfect gift, right? I know we're past Christmas at this point, but it could be a New Year's gift at the end of the day. Game Time has a new feature now called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier, whether that's a sporting event, a comedy show, a concert. They have everything on Game Time. Game Time Picks filters out all the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. You can go to a PBR event. They've got that coming up here in Birmingham here in, next week, I believe it is. You can go to an Alabama basketball game as well, or you can get your tickets last minute on Game Time to the ReliaQuest Bowl as well. So you guys can just take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and redeem promo code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but again, create an account and redeem promo code CHATSPORTS, ChatSports, for $20 off your first purchase. That link's in the comment section and the description of today's video. So download Game Time today. Because what time is it? It's game time. Now, Kalen DeBoer was specifically asked about Justin Jefferson and whether or not there's a definitive answer yet on whether he's going to come back for that 2025 season after that Pavia versus NCAA case. This is what he had to say. He said, yeah, I'll let him make the announcement, but I know he was pretty excited to hear about the opportunity. So if that can give you an indication of where his head is at, and we've had the talks and pretty confident that he's excited to continue to play college football. Nothing official has been said, but that was certainly a big announcement right there around Christmas. A good Christmas present for him and a good Christmas present for us for sure. So reading into that, I don't know about you guys, but it really does sound like he is going to be coming back for next season. And I think with what you have coming back next season, that's going to be a pretty solid linebacker room, I think. Let's just say Justin Jefferson is coming back. You're going to be losing Jahad Campbell, arguably one of your better players on the entire team this year. You got Nakai Hill-Green out of the transfer portal from Colorado, and he was really good this year for the Buffaloes as well. So that's another guy that's going to be in there in that linebacker room. And then you also have Justin Jefferson, Justin Okoronkwo. We still also have to see about Deontay Lawson. What is he going to do? He injured that leg later in the season. We still don't really know the severity of that leg injury, but there's still an opportunity. He could come back as well, and I really do think that if this is an injury that's going to set him back to coming back somewhere mid-season, I do think there's also a chance that Deontay Lawson can come back next year as well, but kind of the same thing in terms of, kind of creating a backlog. It might also be one of those things to think about because you have those other guys, like I said, Jeremiah Alexander has been patiently waiting his turn. So we're just going to have to see about Deontay Lawson and where he stands, with that injury. But like I said, still an opportunity for him to come back next season. So what is the percent chance that you guys think Deontay Lawson will return to the Crimson Tide in 2025? Let me know in the comment section of today's show. All right, last thing on today's video, we're going to talk about Jaylen Mbakwe. Kalen DeBoer also saying that this move to wide receiver might be a permanent move and would make him no longer on the defensive side of the ball. This is what Kalen DeBoer said about Jaylen Mbakwe going over to that wide receiver position. He said he's certainly got the skill set, and we're really excited about what he can do for us there at that position. He's got the speed. He had the ball in his hands all throughout high school, running the offense there at that level, and then we've used him in punt return game and the return games as well. We're just really confident with what he can bring to the table. Now it's just learning the position, learning the offense. I think you'll see us continue to move in this direction with him. That's really been the focus on the offensive side of the ball, really all of the bowl preparations. And I think adding him to that wide receiver room for the bowl prep is something that was really needed, right? Because had a couple guys, had 3 guys, I believe it was, out of the wide receiver room hit the transfer portal. And then you've also got a lot of banged up guys. Jalen Hale, Cole Adams, definitely not going to see them in the bowl game. Still probably wait and see about Bubba Hampton and Amari Jefferson as well. Sometimes they're, say guys are banged up and they're probably not going to play, and then they end up playing anyways. So we'll see about those 2 guys. But, you got Jeremy Bernard, you got Ryan Williams out there. I think a lot of us are very excited about Rico Scott and Jaron Hamilton as well. But honestly, I think adding Jaylen Mbakwe over to that wide receiver room probably going to be a top 3 wide receiver in this bowl game, I would assume. And I do think as well, you're pretty solid at your defensive back, room as well, even though, when Nick Saban retired, a lot of those guys hit the transfer portal. We were kind of scarce throughout the defensive back room this season, but everybody was able to fill those spots, and I think they played pretty decently at the end of the day. Still going to have to wait and see about Damani Jackson, but I think you going out and getting Cam Calhoun out of the transfer portal really does help. I still am a teeny bit worried about the depth at that cornerback spot. Obviously, we've talked about Zay Mincy going over to that safety spot. You got a ton of safeties on this team, but I do think that cornerback depth is a little light as of right now. So I think in a pinch, they could still go back to putting Jaylen Mbakwe in the defensive backfield, whether that's at the cornerback spot, maybe even the Husky spot as well. But as of right now, sounds like Jaylen Mbakwe is going to be moving to the offensive side of the ball permanently. Make sure you guys are also subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report. The game starts at noon Eastern tomorrow versus Michigan, so that means we're going to be going live 1 hour before kickoff, 11 a.m. Eastern time, so do not miss out. Come party with us. Hit that sub button for me at youtube.com/@RollTideTV.